Good morning, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, you told us that you will send the notes of chapters till yesterday, but you didn't.
Actually, you did not message. I forget. Just drop a personal message after the class gets over, okay? After
Okay, ma'am.
12:40, if you just drop a personal message and I'll
Okay,
surely do it. Okay, let me see this. In the morning, I was talking about larynx, epiglottis. So I thought, let's do this one. Let me show it to you. Okay? This, if you can see this part, this is epiglottis, the upper part of the larynx. And this is your larynx. What was the common name we had for larynx?
Adam's apple.
Okay. Which lung is this?
Right lung.
Now see this, beta. This is your trachea. I was discussing in the morning that trachea divides into two. One goes into the right lung, the other goes into the left lung, bronchus. What are these?
Bronchus.
Yes. So we had this single tube. In the morning, I gave you an example that there is one road and आगे जाके वो दो में divide हो जाती है. So this was your single road, that is your trachea. Okay. See, till here it is say one, but then here it is dividing into two parts. One is going into the right lung. What did we call that as? Tell me.
Right lungs.
It goes into the right lung. What is it called? Tell me quickly. We did in the morning. What is it called? What did we call it as, children?
Right primary bronchi.
Yes, right primary bronchi. I told you in the morning also that first I'll give you the names and then you would be identifying them. So this is your right primary bronchi. The one which goes into the left is?
Left primary bronchi.
These big branches that you see. Bronchi are divided into these big branches, main branch. What are they called?
Secondary bronchi.
Secondary. Very good. And from these secondary, we have another small branches coming out. What were they called?
Tertiary bronchi.
Tertiary bronchi.
Good. And these structures you can see they are
Alveoli.
alveolus, singular, bronchi, and then alveoli. So we should trace the path. The nose is not here. Supposing this figure had a head, air would enter through the nostrils, which are known as
Nostril.
what do we
Nasal
call it?
passage.
Yes, external layers. What are they called?
External layers.
External layers. From external layers, the air goes into the passage. 2 layers, so 2 passages. What is that passage called?
Nasal passage.
Nasal passage. What was the first part of the nasal passage? The one which acts for filtration? Vestibular. Vestibular. Okay. The second part which acts as an air conditioner?
Respiratory.
Respiratory.
And the third one which gives you the smell sensation?
Olfactory.
So the nasal chamber ended again in small layers, but they were internal, so we call them as internal layers. Then we talked about nasopharynx. We talked about trachea. Trachea dividing into 2 structures: bronchus, bronchus to primary bronchi, secondary bronchi. And then we had the bronchioles, and we also had the alveolus. Okay, this is what we had done. You were okay. Let me tell this to you from here. Okay, beta, we are going to the first step now of breathing. There are mainly 3 steps: breathing, exchange of gases, and transport of gases. I'm first explaining breathing to you. It's extracellular. What does this mean? Does it take place inside the cells?
Yes.
It takes place outside the cells. That is why it is called as extracellular. The breathing process, the first category of respiration, that is breathing, is considered to be an extracellular process. No chemical reactions, no reactions basically are taking place in the cells. So there are 3 key words which everybody needs to remember about breathing. It's an extracellular process. Energy is consumed in the process, and it is a physical process. No new products are being formed as such. So it's a physical process. So what are the 3 words you will all remember when we talk about the first step of respiration, breathing? Breathing is which kind of a process?
Extracellular.
Extracellular.
Cellular. Nothing is happening inside the cells. Nothing. No changes are happening there. What is the second word?
Energy consuming.
Energy consuming.
See, for breathing, when you breathe in oxygen or you exhale like carbon dioxide, obviously you also feel that some amount of energy is needed or not.
Yes, sir.
Breathing involves energy, beta. It's an extracellular process, and which is the third word you need to remember?
Physical process. Physical
Physical.
process.
No new products are being formed. So it's a physical process. There are 2 steps in breathing: inspiration and expiration. Inspiration is again an active process. Energy is involved in this. Fresh air enters the lung. What enters the lung?
Fresh air.
Fresh
Now you need to understand why
air.
air is entering the lungs. I've written something. Can you guess out from that statement? Just see what I've written. Vida, did you guess what is written over here?
Ma'am, that this intrapulmonary pressure is actually like, I guess it's the pressure which is occurred like within the pleural cavity, and from there means the atmospheric pressure is
Very good, she's trying. Children, things always move from high pressure to low pressure or low pressure to high pressure.
high pressure to low pressure.
Yes. Now related to what I've told you. The intrapulmonary pressure, the pressure inside the lungs is less than which pressure?
Atmospheric pressure.
So obviously the air will be pushed from the atmosphere into the lungs. So which process will take place? Inspiration or expiration?
Inspiration.
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 Remember why air enters our lungs? Because the pressure inside the lungs, which is known as intrapulmonary pressure, is less. The value of intrapulmonary pressure is less than atmospheric pressure. So obviously from high pressure to low pressure, so air from the atmosphere will be pushed inside the lungs. Now see beta, what happens to the diaphragm? Let me tell you this. Let's go back to the figure. This is your diaphragm. See, it is curved. Yes. See the diaphragm. What is the shape of the diaphragm? It is curved. What is the shape, children?
Curved.
Curved. Now, during inspiration, this diaphragm becomes flat. Means it will become like this line. It will become flat. So, will the area of the lungs increase or decrease? अगर diaphragm को हम यहाँ पे बना लेते हैं, this line. This is your diaphragm.
Increase.
Increase.
The area will increase so that maximum amount of air can come inside. So there are two things we need to remember what have happened in inspiration. Inspiration is taking in of air. Number one, this happens when intrapulmonary pressure is less than which pressure?
Atmospheric pressure.
So air will push in. Who is going to support this process? This diaphragm. How will it support? It changes its shape. And how does it become?
Curved.
Flat.
Yes. See, it lowers down, it contracts by fibers and it becomes flat. So this increases the volume of the thoracic chamber. So that area inside the lungs increases, volume increases, so more amount of air can be pushed into the lungs. Now there is another thing which helps here. External intercostal muscles. They occur between the ribs. Where will you find these muscles, intercostal muscles?
Between the ribs.
What is their function? They're going to push the sternum upward. Both things will happen together. Okay? Sternum will be pushed up and diaphragm will be pushed down. So what will happen, Beche? The space will increase. What will increase is the
Space.
See, let's talk about an upper margin over here. Supposing this line. If this goes up and the lower one goes down. So will the space increase or not?
Yes, ma'am, it will increase.
It's going to increase. So lower part, which was going down, what's your diaphragm? What was going down?
Diaphragm.
And the sternum, it goes upwards. Sternum is up, so it is pushed upwards. The diaphragm is down, it will go down. So the pulmonary volume increases. Pulmonary volume means the space inside the lungs is going to increase. So when the area will increase, the pressure will become what? Low or high?
Low.
Low. Remember, whenever area increases, the pressure is low. Small area, the pressure is always higher. That is the reason that when you increase the area, the pressure always decreases. Now the area has increased by two things. The sternum has gone up and the diaphragm has gone down. Beta, again with me. We have to increase the volume of the lungs. We have to increase the space inside the lungs, for which two things are happening simultaneously. The sternum will go up and the diaphragm will go
Down.
Okay, so the space will increase. If the space will increase, what will happen to the pressure?
Decrease.
The pressure will decrease. And this is how I gave you this word, intrapulmonary pressure decreases is always less than which pressure?
Atmospheric pressure.
So you understood how intrapulmonary pressure is less, it is made less than atmospheric pressure. Let us revise again. Let us revise once again, beta. We have to increase the volume of the lungs. Two things will happen. Upper sternum, lungs ke upar we have sternum.
Very class.
Niche we have what? Diaphragm. What do we have at the lower part, children?
Diaphragm.
Diaphragm. And upar kya hai lungs ke upar? What is the upper part?
Sternum.
Sternum. So sternum will go up, diaphragm will go down. Will the area increase?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So when the area increases, what will happen to the pressure?
It will decrease.
Pressure will decrease. So if the pressure decreases and it becomes less than the atmospheric pressure, then obviously air will be pushed from the atmosphere inside the lungs. They're all related to each other. The overall volume of the lungs increases, pressure becomes low, and air flows rapidly into the external nares. So air tries to enter through the external nares, and it will reach up to which part? I had already discussed the part with you in the morning. Entry from external nares to the nasal chamber, from the nasal chamber to trachea, trachea to bronchus, primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. So air is pushed. It will enter from where?
External nares.
External nares. And from there it will go and reach the last part is what?
Alveoli.
Alveoli. इसका बेटा बिल्कुल उल्टा is expiration. It's a passive process. No energy is involved in this. Carbon dioxide is thrown out. Just the opposite. Here, the pulmonary pressure, this happens when the pressure inside the lungs becomes greater than the atmospheric pressure. In this case, बिल्कुल उल्टा होगा. The sternum will come down and the diaphragm will go up. So will the space or volume increase or decrease?
Decrease.
It will decrease. So if the area decreases, the pressure will increase or decrease?
Increase.
Yes, the pressure will decrease. Sorry, increase. And the pressure will become greater than the atmospheric pressure. So the air which is in the lungs will be pushed out, which we call as, what do we call as? Expiration. What is it called?
Expiration.
Expiration. Okay. Before I go further and discuss a few more things with you, let me discuss with you. The first step in the chapter, that is breathing. Breathing basically means two steps. Taking in air, which is known as?
Inspiration.
Very good. And taking out of air, which is known as?
Expiration.
We have tried to understand why sometimes there is inspiration, at other times there is expiration. Remember, the upper part of the lungs, we have sternum. What do we have? Sternum. It's a very simple process. You take your left hand and keep your right hand below it. Try and do it yourself, Abhi. Take your left hand and just keep your right hand below it. Exactly below. Rakh liya beta? Done? So
Yes,
imagine that your left hand is your sternum. What is the left hand? Upar wala jo hand hai. What is it?
Sternum.
And the lower hand you imagine as a diaphragm. Karke dekho, you will never forget. The upper hand is sternum and the lower hand is? Diaphragm. Now sternum goes up. मतलब upper hand को थोड़ा और ऊपर लेके आओ. Sternum has gone up and diaphragm will go low. मतलब right hand को नीचे ले जाइए. So has the space between the two hands increased?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly this is what happens. So when the space increases, area increases, what decreases?
Pressure.
Pressure decreases. And the pressure inside the lungs, which is known as the pulmonary pressure, is less than the atmospheric pressure. And we know things move from high pressure to low pressure. So air from the atmosphere will enter the lungs. अब वहीं से start करते हैं जहाँ पे छोड़ा था. There's a lot of gap between the left hand and the right hand. Left hand is what?
Sternum.
Sternum. Now, the sternum bends down. Bring your left hand a little down. And the diaphragm rises up. Right hand thoda upar. Has the space reduced?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how the area inside the lungs also decreases because the sternum comes down, the diaphragm goes up, area reduces. So if area reduces, what increases?
Pressure.
Pressure. So the pulmonary pressure will become greater than the atmospheric pressure. That is the reason the air is pushed out. And what is this process called as? Inhalation or exhalation?
Exhalation.
Yes. Inspiration or inhalation mean the same. Expiration and exhalation also mean the same. Okay, we know about the walls of the alveoli. In the morning, I told you 2 important things about alveoli. You remember? They are very thin. How much cell thin are they?
One cell thick.
One cell thick.
And they are vascular. We had discussed this word. You only gave me the meaning in the morning. What was the meaning of the word vascular? Rich with
Blood.
blood. So there are 2 important things we need to know about the wall of the alveoli. They are very thin. They are only 1 cell thick, and they have a rich network of blood capillaries. So that blood can immediately take the oxygen which reaches there. The membrane, we have a respiratory membrane. Okay, it is also known as the alveolar membrane. What is it called?
Alveolar membrane.
Alveolar membrane. Now, beta, these alveolar membrane, we have 4 types of membrane: alveolar epithelium membrane, capillary basement membrane, epithelium basement membrane, capillary endothelium, and interstitial space membrane. You don't need to learn all of them. Just remember that there are 5 membranes, chota, and all of them form a membrane, sab milakar ke itna thin membrane. So thin. What is the thickness? Only
0.2 mm.
0.2 mm. You need not learn these names. I told you the membrane of capillaries, it's very thin, but it's actually made up of so many thin membranes together. But you have to just remember that the respiratory membrane, the thickness is how much?
0.2 mm.
We have a term which is called diffusing capacity. The limit of the gaseous exchange between alveoli and the blood. How much gas can be exchanged between the blood and the alveoli? There is a limit to it. What is that limit called? Diffusing capacity. What is that limit called, children?
Diffusing capacity.
Diffusing capacity.
How much exchange is possible between the blood and the alveoli? This capacity, this power is known as which capacity?
Diffusing capacity.
Now see, supposing there is a pressure difference of only 1 millimeters, this is the standard level that we take the definition as. There is a pressure difference of 1 millimeter mercury between alveoli and blood. How much pressure difference standard we are assuming between alveoli and blood? How much pressure difference only?
1
mm. This pressure difference is between alveoli and blood. I told you gases from the alveoli will be taken by the blood. Yehi to padha tha, oxygen will be taken from alveoli by whom? Who is going to take this oxygen? Blood is going to take this oxygen? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
All the oxygen which we breathe, it reaches the alveoli. From alveoli, the blood will take this oxygen and take it to all parts of our body. So we started from external nares. वहां से ऑक्सीजन चलते चलते नेजल चेम्बर, ट्रेकिया, ब्रोंकाई, ब्रोंकियोल्स, लास्ट में कहाँ पे पहुंचा था? Alveoli. And from alveoli, I told you alveoli is having a lot of blood capillaries. See over here, alveoli had what?
Blood
capillary.
So all the oxygen which is reaching the blood, sorry, the alveoli, who is going to absorb it? कहाँ चला जाएगा from alveoli to the blood? Who is going to receive that oxygen from the alveoli? Beta, blood will receive that oxygen and it will take it to all parts of the body. फिर से समझो. We have inhaled air. Air entered from the nares से nasal chamber, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles. Last में oxygen air कहाँ पहुंचेगा? Which was the last part?
Alveoli.
Alveoli. And we said that alveoli is very special because it's very thin membrane, only 1 cell thick, thin. And why did we have the membrane so thin? So that easily gas can go out of it, the exchange of gases can take place. So all the oxygen which has reached the alveoli will be absorbed by the blood and then blood will take it to different parts of the body. अब कोई भी चीज अगर एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाएगी तो मूवमेंट तभी होएगा जब प्रेशर डिफरेंस होगा. We just now, I explained this concept to you when I was explaining inspiration, expiration. Movement सिर्फ तब होता है जब pressure difference होता है. So blood has to go from alveoli, sorry, oxygen has to go from alveoli to the blood. तो यहाँ भी pressure difference चाहिए होगा नहीं चाहिए होगा बेटा? We need pressure difference now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So the pressure difference is only 1 millimeters of mercury. So diffusing capacity matlab kya? How much of gas will pass from alveoli to the blood in 1 minute? When there is a pressure difference of how much between both of them? 1 millimeter mercury.
1 millimeter.
That is what we call as which capacity?
Diffusion capacity.
I just now explained to you that gas alveoli से blood में जाएगा. क्यों जाएगा? Because there is a pressure difference. We are taking a standard pressure difference of 1 millimeter mercury. कितना gas alveoli से blood में जाएगा in 1 minute? That is what we call as which capacity?
Diffusing capacity.
Diffusing capacity. Supposing in my body, alveoli से the blood is able to absorb or let me have 2 million particles of oxygen. So that is going to be my diffusing capacity. It is different from different people. It depends on the healthiness of your lungs. Okay, beta, understood diffusing capacity? Volume of gas which diffuses per minute from alveoli to the blood. At a particular pressure difference, diffusion of carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times faster than O2. Movement of CO2 is taking place, movement of O2 is also taking place. But किसका movement ज़्यादा speeder होता है, oxygen or CO2?
CO2.
CO2. And how much more is it?
20 to 25 times.
Yes, it is 20 to 25 times quicker. Just read once the definition of diffusing capacity very quickly, very, very quickly. So how much times the diffusion of CO2 is faster? How much time faster is CO2 diffusion, children?
20 to 25 times.
Faster. Okay. Now the pressure in the alveoli is higher than the pressure of the blood. That is why blood goes from alveoli into the blood. क्योंकि हमने पहले भी पढ़ा था from high pressure to low pressure. So blood is the oxygen is coming from alveoli to the blood. इसका मतलब pressure किस में ज्यादा है, alveoli or blood?
Alveoli.
Always remember it is from alveoli. So oxygen will go from alveoli to the blood. Blood में it is going to
Pulmonary artery.
pulmonary artery. Exhalation के time पे we had read कि pressure अंदर ज्यादा हो जाता है because area कम हो जाता है. When we exhale carbon dioxide, तो हमने क्या पढ़ा था कि lungs के अंदर pressure ज्यादा होता है कि कम होता है? It's more or less. Exhalation, it is more. So अंदर से बाहर जाएगा. So carbon dioxide will go from blood to the alveoli. Remember, oxygen is from alveoli to blood and CO2 is from blood to the alveoli. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. Let's do this part again with you. Maybe a little confusing, but always remember, gases will always flow from high pressure to low pressure only. Let me start revising this from here with you. From here, I think I need to do diffusing capacity. Let's talk about an individual. Diffusing capacity means, let's test on one person per minute. How much time we will notice? Per minute. In 1 minute, how much of volume of gas diffuses inside? Okay, volume of gas which diffuses per minute through the membrane. Under when there's a difference of how much pressure?
1 mm mercury.
Yes, 1 millimeters of mercury. Which one diffuses faster, oxygen or carbon dioxide?
Carbon dioxide.
How much time faster is it?
20 to 25
20 to
times.
25.
बेटा बस इसको बहुत सिंपल तरीके से समझिए that from high pressure to low pressure जाएगा. All the air which you have breathed, that air is rich in oxygen. So external nostrils in nasal chamber, trachea, bronchus, bronchi, bronchioles, primary, secondary, tertiary, सब जगह जाने के बाद last में that air which was rich in oxygen वो कहाँ पे पहुंचा? Alveoli. Where does the air reach last?
Alveoli.
And I told you alveoli, there are two important features of alveoli. What were the two important features? One was that the membrane is very thin. How thin was it?
0.2 mm.
And why is it so thin, one cell thin, so that easily gases can diffuse in and out? And the second thing I told you, alveoli has a lot of blood vessels. Why do we have a lot of blood vessels? As soon as the air is going to reach there, the blood vessels, immediately the blood will take the oxygen in the air and take it to all parts of the body. Alveoli से oxygen blood में क्यों जा रहा है? Because pressure कहाँ ज़्यादा है? Alveoli or blood?
Alveoli.
Alveoli. Perfect. So it will obviously go to the blood. Partial pressure of oxygen in alveoli is higher than in the deoxygenated blood, obviously. Oxygenated blood, the amount of oxygen is more. So oxygen will go from alveoli to the blood, and CO2 ulta hota hai beta. It will go from blood to बेटा थोड़ा बहुत
Alveoli.
respiration we did in class 10th. Blood क्या करता है? Blood carries the oxygen rich air to all parts of your body. All cells को वो जाके oxygen दे देता है. And वहां से क्या collect करता है? What does the blood collect from the cells?
CO2.
CO2. And वापस that blood is what we call as deoxygenated blood, because now it has very little oxygen and more amount of which gas?
CO2, carbon dioxide.
Okay. वो वापस वहीं पे लेकर के आएगा. Like you have, supposing you have to go somewhere, you go to an airport or you go to a railway station. So alveoli कुछ ऐसा ही है. जाते समय भी when you inhale air which is rich in oxygen, वो last में alveoli पे पहुंचेगा. Blood will take that air from which part? The oxygen rich air which you have inhaled, the blood will take it from alveoli, take it to all parts of the body, give oxygen to all parts, and take what from these parts?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. And वापस the deoxygenated blood को लेकर के, the blood will come where?
Alveoli.
Alveoli. And we said alveoli, so we know only the membrane is very thin, so it will lose that carbon dioxide. We have done till here that the gases, whether it is oxygen or CO2, have been taken by the blood. अब आगे क्या होगा? There is internal respiration. Exchange between the cells and the blood capillaries. Beta from alveoli, blood has already taken the air now. Now it will go and give it to whom? It will give to the cells of the body or not?
Yes.
Yes or no? इसमें बाहर का कोई रोल नहीं है. हम एनवायरनमेंट से कुछ नहीं ले रहे हैं. Blood is inside the body. Cells are inside the body. So whatever is going to happen inside the body in the cells. That is why this respiration is known as internal respiration. What is it called?
Internal respiration.
Now understand, normal जो हमारे body cells हैं, there the pressure of oxygen is 40 millimeters. How much is the oxygen? Partial pressure of oxygen?
40 millimeters.
And the oxygenated blood, the blood which is carrying oxygen, there the pressure of oxygen in that blood is how much?
45.
95 millimeters. 45
So
millimeters.
where is it higher? In the cells of our body or the blood which is carrying?
Blood which is carrying oxygen.
Yes. Tell me, where is it higher? The partial pressure of oxygen is higher where? In the blood or in the cells?
In the blood.
The blood. And we always say that high pressure to low pressure. So oxygen from the blood will enter into the cells. इसको फिर से समझते हैं. Air had entered from the external layers, and last में air had reached which place? Which was a railway station or airport?
Alveoli.
Alveoli.
Alveoli. Who is going to receive this air which is rich in oxygen from alveoli, from the airport or the
Blood.
station? Blood.
Blood.
And blood will take this air which is very rich in oxygen. What is the partial pressure of oxygen in this blood? How much value I just told you? How much value of partial pressure in oxygenated blood?
95 millimeter.
Yes. Now what will happen is, it is going to all parts of the body. When it enters our cells, तो वहाँ पे तो oxygen का pressure कम है. How much is it?
40 millimeter.
40.
40. We have done it so many times that it will, the gases always diffuse from high pressure to low pressure. So this oxygen कहाँ जाएगा बेटा? From the blood to the cells or cells to the blood?
Blood to the cells.
Blood to the cells. Let's talk about carbon dioxide. यहाँ पे उल्टा है बेटा. The pressure of carbon dioxide in oxygenated blood is only 40. But in our body cells, it is how much?
45.
45.
Just the opposite of oxygen. So obviously CO2 कहाँ से जाएगा? Blood to cells या cells to blood? Carbon dioxide किधर
Cells to
जाएगा?
blood.
Cells to the blood. So now the blood has become deoxygenated. More of carbon dioxide is there. एक बहुत simple process है, इसको आप समझ लो, इतना कुछ complicating नहीं है ये. See बच्चे, air entered through external layers. Where did air enter through? External layers. Last में कहाँ पे पहुंची है? Lungs को cross करके सब जगह करने के बाद. Where did it reach?
Alveoli.
Alveoli. From alveoli already has lot of blood vessels. Blood is already waiting for the air to come, and this air has a lot of oxygen. So this air will go. Who is going to absorb this air? The blood. Blood will carry this air which is very rich in oxygen. What is the partial pressure of oxygen in this kind of an air? जो लिया है alveoli से, receive किया है.
95 millimeter.
And what is the pressure difference here? कहाँ पे pressure ज़्यादा है? Oxygen का, blood में या cells में?
In the blood.
Blood. So the oxygen will move from the blood to the cells. अब inside the cells, oxygen ज़्यादा हो गया, CO2 is low, and the pressure of CO2 is more outside. So CO2 के साथ उल्टा होगा बेटा. CO2 will go from the body to the blood, and this blood will now become deoxygenated. This blood will become,
Deoxygenated.
because what has entered the blood now?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. The blood has already given the oxygen. It was very rich in oxygen. It was oxygenated blood. It has already given. And now what is it going to take from the cell? It has taken carbon dioxide. If you have understood well and good, if not, let me know. I'll explain again to you. No issues at all. Just remember one thing, wherever the pressure is high, things will move from higher pressure to lower pressure only. Just read this quickly, this last part. Partial pressure wala jo concept hai, read it once. If you want, I'll explain it once again to you, no issues.